Hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. On today's episode, are we headed for a global rise in exorcisms? Okay. How will people view the idea of ghosts and spirits in the future? But first, is Trump going to eat crow? How big will the pie be? Anyway. I'm a little bit discombobulated because I'm having there's some kind of weird electrical things going on. And no, Mercury retrograde isn't until December 13th. But I've got like half of an outlet that isn't working, but only one half, and then lights not turning on in a completely different room, but in part, but not all. It's very strange. So I've been fighting that this morning and trying to figure out and spending time playing with the turning breakers on and off. And I don't even have nails today because I've been trying to figure out what's going on. But anyway, but I'm here to answer your questions. So just put your questions in the chat before I come on. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. And we have got a fantastic community because of you. You've been so kind to each other. You've been so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go. So you can pick and choose what you're interested in or watch back on like 1.25 speed. I do that a lot on YouTube. So, and I've been running around so much and I put my makeup on at speed and my eyes don't even want to completely focus. Oh, it's one of those days, but we'll get through it. See, this is what happens when you're on every single day. And I have been over 1,300 days in a row. I kid you not, I'm not exaggerating. Since April of late April 2020. Yeah. The heck. Some days it all goes just tickety-boo, and some days just collapse. Oh well. All right. Oh, thank you, James. Cosmic Goat Lady says, sage the living quarters. Check the wire connections in the outlet. I agree. Mary Smith says, strange energy indeed the last few days. Oh, lovely visuals. I'm glad you liked it. Anna says, my lights keep blinking. No reason except the unexplained. Okay. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. John says, well, I remember when we only saw your hands. Yes, and there were no nails. Nails came later. Thank you. Mary Smith says, my bedside lamp keeps flickering. So, all right, let's jump into the questions. Oh, the hubris on this man. Okay, why? I know I have dry eyes, but why are they just choosing now to just... Okay, we'll get there. We're going to get there. At 4 minutes, 10 seconds in. And yes, that says Christmas is on the way. So a big shout out, thank you to Kristen from Uncovered the News, who just went above and beyond today and gave me a bunch of news items for us to cover. I did grab a bunch of questions out of the chat from others, but thank you, Kristen. Thank you. Somebody has a lot of energy downstairs. All right, so Roxy says Murphy visits from time to time. All right, let me make this 5 minutes. Trump thinks evangelicals have no control over him anymore, and they'll fall in line for 2024. They don't control me. They'll fall in line. Really? Hello, Valerie. Right. So you're hoping that they're going to fall in line. Yeah. Will they? Will evangelicals fall in line and vote for Dumpy? We already know that fight amongst the evangelicals, and for quite a long time, I'm going to know the name of Bob Vanderplatz because it was repeated so often in the comments of that argument back and forth. 2 of Wands. These pastors, they are absolutely political, which is ridiculous. There, 7 of Pentacles, the money. Yeah, apparently Vanderplatz is over there. Actually, I want to say the Petty Boots Clubs last night. Is it Monday? Is it only Monday? Last night, I want to say that they actually looked at some of the evangelicals. And I think they were, was it actually Bob Vanderplatz? And they were asking if he's pocketing huge amounts of money. Oh, Ricky, I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay. Yes, Mal, the kitty song of his people. Who's got the money? And there's the far right nonsense. Knight of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, but ultimately, will they fall in line? The more politically motivated, the ones most keenly politically motivated will. But ultimately, women voting, higher wisdom. In the older decks, in the historical decks, this wasn't the Pope. The Pope is on the Hierophant card. This was called the Popess. Now it's called the High Priestess. But this is almost a heretical female spirituality. So can be New Age, can be secular, can be... That's what's in the middle. That's the strongest card here. So while these losers are basically, I'm sorry, but in my opinion, if they are voting for Trump, they're spitting in the face of everything Jesus taught. That is my opinion. I don't expect everybody to agree with me, but that is my opinion. But you're not going to do well with the voters. They're going to lose. And when they lose politically, I'm thinking that they may just turn off some of the people who they need to keep the doors open. Oh, Ricky, bless, 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 bless. Anna says, yes, they are out. Yeah, Maggie, who Trump uses the 7 deadly sins as his life guide. Oh, he is the human embodiment of all 7 deadly sins. He is. Let me go down the list. Greed, ding. Pride, greed, ding. Lust, ding. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. All right, at 10 minutes in. Now, I did not get a chance to go look at the details on this. So, I I'm just going to read on it a little bit blind, and not just because my eyes don't, my eyes are acting up. Donald Trump faces Judge Chutkan deadline over classified materials. I'm not quite sure. Deadline over classified materials. Is that a because Chutkan's in DC. It's not like Cannon, who's got the top secret document case. This is Chutkan, who, this is more the January 6th stuff, isn't it? So, yeesh. So Donald Trump facing Judge Chutkan's deadline over classified material. How's that going to go? Nine of Swords. A little bit of worry. A little legal worry for Trump. Good. After all the damage he's done, I want him to have legal worry from fair trials. That's what I want him to have. This is they're playing games over here a little bit. It's just this is very weak. Dragging your feet. Are they dragging their feet? I'm serious. I didn't have a chance to look this one up. So what I'm getting is doing that passive aggressive melted toddler kind of thing. You know, you pick up a kid who doesn't want to be picked up and they just go completely limp and they kind of slide out, and yeah. The good kitty. Good kitty. Using the kitty tree to sharpen his claws. Good kitty. Good boy. Good boo-boo. Isolation. Page of Cups, Knight of Wands. This is pretty weak, and Trump, like, not even really paying attention. And this is, I think, what it feels like is things are humming and hawing and meh. And then maybe they don't get clearances they need. Is that what this is about? But then they suddenly are making a whole lot of noise. Well, how dare you try to hold us accountable? Anyway, all right, and obviously people in the chat don't know what this is either. So this is from Newsweek. Oh, okay. Donald Trump's legal team has until Monday, that's today, to explain why they need a vast array of classified documents that could delay his election fraud case by years. Last week, Chief Prosecutor Jack Smith filed a submission to strike out Trump's request for 57 groups of documents, many of them highly classified, on everything from Justice Department correspondence with Hunter Biden to Trump's White House scheduling diary. He also applied for documents on Russian and Iranian meddling in the 2020 election, alleged Chinese hacking of election computers, full details of all undercover agents deployed at the January 6th riot, and a vast array of correspondence relating to voting in 7 states during the 2020 election. Get stuffed. Trump's lawyers were due to file their explanation for the document request by Friday. Judge Chutkan, Tanya Chutkan, extended the deadline to Monday, November 27th, and refused the request for a longer delay, because, of course, they want a longer delay. many words, many more words. So many words. Skimming many words. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay. So, yeah. This is melted toddler. I want the moon, but I'm not going to bother to get up to. And then there's, all right, we're going to try to move forward even in a somewhat reasonable way. And then on Trump's side, they use it as a way to get attention, a way to get media coverage. We're not there holding things back from us, blah, blah, blah. Another day, more stupidity, I'm afraid. Hi, yoy. Star of good sarcasm, I love that, said he's going to make public this classified information if he gets his hands on it. Especially if he doesn't have a gag order thing, or they put in a gag order that doesn't have teeth. Yes, DLC. Delay, delay, delay. He's both vicious and malicious, not delovely or delicious. Okay. So next at 1635. Thank you for going through the news with me today. Senate Democrats to break Tommy Tuberville's military promotions blockade. Yes, please. CC Ryder, hello, says Midas Touch did a hot take on this. Trump is requesting highly classified documents on Russia, Iran, Hunter Biden investigations. Ben thinks they want to blackmail the government. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Whew. Lucky Girl says, but smells like a fish delight. The gorgeous. All right, Senate Democrats, you're going to be able to break Tuberville's. Senate Democrats to break Tommy Tuberville's military promotions blockade. Let me see here. Hermit. I hope he's being sidelined. Strength. Knight of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. Five of Cups. The military has had a word with some of the people in Congress. Seriously, sharp words, hard facts about military readiness, about the functioning of the military, about the things that this messes up that we're not even thinking about. Very unhappy military leaders having some private words with leaders in Congress. The military, while, for example, the House of Representatives famously holds the purse strings of government, the financial things, that the bills that pay for stuff have to originate in the House, not the Senate. And the military gets a whole lot of money, so you'd think that the House of Representatives would have leverage, huge leverage to tell the military to go whistle. But what Tuberville's doing is not wildly popular. And military, I mean, these are bases and places that manufacture material, etc., all over in all kind of different people's districts. So there's a whole lot of Katie Bob. Is that how you say that? Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. But there's the military actually has this feels like they've actually got the power here. But on the right, they're still Tuberville and his ilk are still trying to make a mess. I don't like this 5 of Cups. Well, this can work both ways. This can be Democrats don't get everything they want, but Republicans don't either, and Tuberville doesn't. So this would actually possibly be an improvement, at least a step in the right direction, or a couple of steps. It feels like a couple of steps in the right direction. So, man, I'll tell you, there are military bases all over the world that right now have got a printout of Tuberville's picture stuck to dartboards. All right. Well, at least we'll be moving in the right direction. Okay, now this one, Kristen brought this great headline, and Trump is so stupid. Oh, heard a new nickname, or one I hadn't run across, at least in a long time. Not that so I don't remember it, but I think I might have to use it. Hair, Hair, fur, or Furor, or fervor. We kind of, in America, we kind of add a little bit of a V in there. Fur. Hair, fur. For Trump. Yeah. Yep. Oh, ick. Okay, I have to look. I have to look at the grossness of this smug face, so I'm sharing. Look at that face. That he hasn't been that orange recently, but oh, that smug face. Anyway, Trump's lawyers and prosecutors at the Manhattan DA's office are battling over Trump's team naming who they plan to call to the stand in the upcoming hush money trial. The headline that Kristen gave me says, Trump doesn't want to name his experts in the hush money case. Surprise. Manhattan DA wants to know who Trump's lawyers plan to call to the stand to rationalize the former president's hush money payments. Trump's lawyers don't want to say. Prosecutors, after nearly 3 months of the DA asking, prosecutors have formally requested that Justice Juan Merchan intervene, complaining the former president is sabotaging their ability to prepare for the historic trial and possibly setting up roadblocks with only 4 months to go. Yes, indeed, my friends. He hit Trump with 34 felony charges. Thank you. Thank you, DA Bragg. And Trump, who since then, Merchan has warned Trump lashed out against the judge's own daughter. He's really not the brightest of bulbs, is he? Not only is that vile, but how stupid. Okay, is it even worth saying how stupid can Trump be? Okay. Court filings show it's not going well. Ignored emails. And yeah, okay, so I guess they're gonna drag their feet. Surprise. Shocking, I know. Oh, shocking. So, HCC writer says, find him in contempt of court. Judges need to, even some of the women need to, let's say, man up. I know, Lady Eva. How stupid can Trump be? He wouldn't use that as a hypothetical. He'd use it as a challenge. I know. Really? So are they going to get away with just dragging their feet? Melted toddler. The melted toddler strategy. Oh, did I not send that? I don't know. Ugh. Lovers. Well, they do what Trump wants them to do, and Trump said delay. 8 of Wands, 2 of Swords, 8 of Cups, 5 of Cups, 7 of Wands. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. First of all, they're asking for the sun and the moon as a legal strategy. There's already a lot of evidence there that you could use, and a lot of that stuff is irrelevant, so they're going to have to walk away, or they're being told you have to walk away from some of this. 5 of Cups, they're not going to get what they want, but it's going to be frustrating for the prosecutor, the judge, all of this. And what it ends up with is suddenly maybe there will be something maybe there will be something with some teeth, because this is a whole lot of rancor. That is a whole lot of rancor. Just suddenly it's like, what, huh? What? On the defensive? What? Huh? Yeah. Do these lawyers, they've worked so hard, do they not like their law licenses? Do they not want them anymore? That's the only reason I can think that you would want Trump as a client. You don't want your law license anymore, do you? So, let me see. Does that help? There's a little better. I have features now. Good. All right. So, eek. It's 28 minutes in. There's a lot to cover today. Oh, how's this for a Trump argument? 28:30. Oh. Talk about melted toddler. How you doing? You doing okay? You doing okay down there? The good boy. He's a good boy. So, what a maroon. What an ultra maroon. The latest challenge to Trump's gag order that they've latest gag order challenge claims Trump hasn't got any control over death threats. I don't know. How would I have control over the death threat? Oh, God. I couldn't be a judge. I couldn't. Oh, thank you, Julia. Thank you for your patience. Oh, my gosh. Look, I don't think I scream Scorpio energy. With a Gemini ascendant and a Cancer moon and a Pisces Mars, I don't think my energy is just like Scorpio. But let me tell you, when faced with passive aggressive stuff, especially stupid stuff like this, why are we crying? Why are we upset? You know, you could just, do you want in the, I can't do much to help you, dear. I can't do that much to help you. No, I can't. He's a sweetie. You're a sweetie. Leave it. Oh, you're so good. You're so good. Yes, you are. You're such a good boy. Okay, go in there if you want. That's fine. You're a good boy. And he's gone. Oh, Cronzone, thank you. Thank you. But, yikes. His paw was dirty. I'm so sorry. Things are such a mess today. Hang on. I need to step away for just one second. Okay, sorry about that. I just really had to wash my hands. All right, so we're going back to what sign is the full moon in today, Gemini? It was in the morning. It was at 3:16 a.m. Chicago time. Full moon in Gemini at 4 degrees 51 minutes. So right on my ascendant, which might kind of explain the blast out of energy that, I guess since I work here, the blast out of energy that blew electrical stuff in my house. Page of Swords. So at part 2 is at 34. Part 2, 34 minutes. Okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. So, latest gag order challenge claims Trump hasn't got any control over the death threats. I'm sure that's that's an argument that's going to go over just swimmingly. Yeah, take a knee. Take several seats. Lucky Girl says people in the chat are wondering what sign is the full moon in today. I just said it was in. Was I muted? Sorry, or there's a lag. There's a lag time. between when people put in comments and when I see them in StreamYard. So yeah, it's in Gemini. It was at 4 degrees, 51 minutes of Gemini at 3:16 a.m. Chicago time last night. Okay, sorry. 2 of Wands, Ace of Swords, 10 of Cups, 10 of Wands, Temperance. Well, we don't have any. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You have quite a bit of control. You blankety blank. Ten of Cups. Anne says no time delay. Oh, I mean, when people put things in the chat on YouTube, it takes a few seconds for it to appear so I can see it in StreamYard. So I can't see the regular chat right now. I see what comes over into StreamYard. So 2 of Wands, Ace of Swords, 10 of Cups. That doesn't bode well for how well this stupidity is going to work. 10 of Wands. Yeah, you are responsible for your vile rhetoric, stirring people up. Burden, Temperance. Yeah, this argument's not going to work. Not even close. And I'm glad to see it. Nope. I couldn't be a judge. Eek. Jeanette says, I'm a Gemini sun, Capricorn ascendant, moon in Pisces. Ooh. I like that. Anne says, should have put in a comma. Sorry, meant there was a time delay. Yes, commas are important. We've seen the memes. The book title, Eats, Shoots, and Leaves. Is it a robber or a panda? Anyway, at 37:30. Now here's an article. It's Christie saying, "Who cares if Trump concedes if he loses the primary?" I want to know if that's likely to happen. If Trump loses the primary, is he just going to scream fake news, fake, faker? Isn't faker 2x4? It's faker. I forget. Anyway, whatever that was. Will Trump challenge the election, rigged election, if he doesn't win the primary? Exactly, Raymond de Pascal. The primary is rigged. Mm-hmm. Really? Really? Howling at the Moon. I agree. What did I just see? Janelle Espinoza says, normally people don't need to concede a primary, only the main contest. Yes, but this is Trump. Lady Eva says, of course he will. He's one of those people who cannot take no for an answer. And according to a jury of his peers, that includes women. From women. Howling at the Moon. Emperor. 3 of Cups. Death card. We're going to be, for what it's worth, I have been getting him winning the primary. And us being quite pleased about that. It's like, oh, good. Oh, good. But then, I don't think this is literal. I hope it's not literal. I don't think it is. Although astrologically, Andre's been talking for a while about his health getting pretty bad next year, but he could be put in prison. It could be a lot of things. Excuse me. Thank you. It could be a lot of things, but something getting in his way. It's a day. And I appreciate your patience with me, because today it's a mess, the whole live stream. But at the end of it, we'll have answered some questions. We'll have a happy kitty. I'll get the electrical thing. We'll work it out. And and this morning I I spent quite a bit of time this morning starting to write my ideas down, because I'm thinking about giving an astrology course next year, early next year. So, just a little aside. Like I said, I've just started writing stuff down. It's not going to be like anything you've seen before. And it is going to be really good for visual learners. Excuse me. But that means it's going to be graphics heavy. But not in the like, oh my gosh, roll your eyes, 3 million charts. No, not that kind of graphics. Not that kind of graphics heavy. Very easy to understand. So, yeah. Lady Eva says, is that something for the astrologically clueless like me? Absolutely. It's going to be an astrology 101. So, suburban housewife, I am just generally struggling. Yes, dear. Well, go, lay here and I'll cover you up. 42. Come here. There you go. See? And I'll go like this. And then you're all covered up, you big goofball. So, will this moron concede? I already answered that I see him winning the primary, but thank you, Cindy. Bless you, Giacomo. That's awesome. Oh, I'm glad you like the idea. 5 of Pentacles. And apparently, even just starting out, it looks like I've got so much material, and it's actually, like I said, something no one's ever seen before. Not quite. I've never seen anybody teach astrology this way. So I might even turn it into a book. But it would have to be a physical book in color. Couldn't be an ebook. 3 of Wands. 4 of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Trump's finances are going to crater. Absolutely crater. Oh, Kate Herbo says, I wouldn't mind a refresher. I'd probably take it. Oh, thank you, everybody, for being so kind. So, all right. What was next? Oh, 2025 garbage. But Maggie Who had a question, and I promised I'd read on it. 4350. Well, I said I would read on it, so 44. Will the Wisconsin Supreme Court decide if our congressional maps are illegal? I thought in Wisconsin, there was... I must be getting it confused with another state, because I thought that they didn't manage to gerrymander the map, but I guess they did. Maggie Who says, no more delays in having to say, is it Protasiewicz? It looks a little bit, actually that might be more Polish. My grandmother's maiden name was Pawlakowicz. So it looked vaguely familiar, but that's Slovenian. Well, or Croatian. On that side, my great grandparents, 3 were from Slovenia, 1 was from Croatia. Anyway. Protasiewicz. Thank you, lucky girl. Protasiewicz. Like you're kind of sort of. Protasiewicz, 4 of Pentacles. Ooh. 4 of Pentacles is sinking in quicksand, running out of money. It's also Republicans. So I guess maybe, is this fight not going well? 7 of Swords, Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Fool, and the Ace of Wands. Well, this doesn't look good. It starts out with the Thief card. So I'm guessing, will the Wisconsin Supreme Court decide if our congressional maps are illegal? Well, this would be illegal. It's the Thief card. And this would be a very easy, like, this is an easy decision to say, yeah, that's theft. Republicans are offering, but this is pretty weak. It only gets strong here when you get the Fool with the Ace of Wands, and that is more shenaniganery. So Michelle L says Wisconsin is very heavily gerrymandered, which is why the Wisconsin legislature is so desperate to muzzle a new judge. I understand. Thank you. I'm so sorry. Their arguments are weak. That's a Fool with an Ace of, sorry, an Ace an Ace of Wands would be an action taken, especially a highly conservative action taken if we're talking politics. Right with the Fool, that would be a stupidly big action taken. Love Jolu says, I don't understand why it is legal. I don't understand either. I mean, they've gone up to politicians in Europe and said, yeah, the state legislatures decide the maps, and all of those politicians are like, how can that be legal? How can that be a thing? We don't know. We don't want it to be. 6 of Cups. I've lived in Wisconsin a couple times. It can be a beautiful state. It really can. And there are a lot of good people in Wisconsin. I don't understand how Wisconsin lost its way this badly. I don't get it. Like you said, it's not illegal. The Supreme Court even ruled against it. Is this a case? I'm getting a bit lost, I'm afraid, but it's that kind of day. Hierophant, Ace of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. Government. Republicans end up sitting pretty, but there's a new powerful action taken, and I've got in the center. So by the more liberal side. it's not looking as wonderful. It's not looking as wonderful as I would like it to. Veronica says it sounds like you may have caught a cough. Timing from Thanksgiving. Family gatherings are wonderful, but germ spreaders. I'm wondering if it's. I took my antihistamine this morning. I didn't go to the big family gathering. Yeah, my family's not real pleased about that, but I got stuff to do. Oh, thank you, Jay. That's very sweet. Better late than not at all. I do so adore black and orange readings. Wish I could like button every subject, not just once. Thank you. Thank you for looking at my just ongoing collapse here and being so patient with me. Thank you. Maggie Who says the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled on a few maps being so gerrymandered that they're illegal. I know that's happened in some states. Has it happened? Are you saying maps plural from Wisconsin or just maps plural around the country? Because I know it's been happening around the country. Arthur Volpe says the Supreme Court decided against Alabama's voting maps, ordered them to be redrawn. And yes, Alabama is refusing. Sandy Miller says we will catch you. Thank you. Thank you. Maggie says around the country. Okay. Oh, Elizabeth B. I'm not talking about the cheese in Wisconsin. Oh boy. To some Wisconsin natives, those would be fighting words, and I'm vegan. I am not here. It's just ooh. Oh, okay. So 52. Let's leave all of this awfulness behind, because there were two things that came up. One was a question from Eileen, but the other is an actual article about at 5230. Let me put this in here. 5230. I mentioned these at the top of the live stream. This is from the Daily Express US. Share screen. Change this to that. Get rid of this. And I guess this is some kind of ad that's trying to load. Anyway. Apocalyptic fears for end of the world spark perfect hotbed for global rise in exorcisms. Huh. The number of performed exorcism is on the rise, endangering individual safety over apocalyptic fears. While belief in religion is at an all-time low in the U.S., nearly 60% of Americans still believe in the devil and I know there are little ears around, so HE double hockey sticks. Okay, so it's not just in the U.S. There's a global exorcism boom. What? Okay. The driving force behind this surge is Pentecostalism, a branch of Christianity emphasizing the power of the Holy Spirit, which has rapidly become the most expansive brand of Christianity worldwide since its inception in Los Angeles in 1905. Pentecostals were pioneers in openly embracing exorcisms in the 70s and 80s, taking these rituals out of the shadows, even holding special exorcisms en masse on Friday nights. Catholic Church responded by mainstreaming Catholic exorcisms by training more priests to perform them, therefore capitalizing on the demand. It's a free market of faith. If you want to compete, you have to offer the goods and services that people want. Jeez. Okay. All right. Really? Okay. Look, I know there are negative spirits out there. I know there are places that are haunted. If someone's like, "Oh, let's stay at this hotel. It's supposed to be haunted." I'm like, that's exactly why I don't want to. Oh, you scared of ghosts? It's like, I'm not scared of them. It's just like random people on the street. Just why? So, and when it comes to some of that negativity, to me, honestly, I think a lot of it is just astral glorified dust bunnies who are trying to scare people because they're just clumps of energy trying to survive, and so they're such low vibration that they start scaring people to try to get negative energy from them. And I don't know. I think the lower levels are just lower and lower vibration, and the energy just kind of starts compacting down the further you go. So I've never picked up on a pit of fire. It's just really dense and compact, kind of where Epstein is. And he's so vile that it's almost like he started like taking on kind of monstrous form-ish, or parts of him, because when he wants to feed on that energy, he's ignoring the fact that we're all connected through our crown chakra to our higher selves and our guides and the divine and angels, and he's someone who's gone down that far. He's on what I call a trickle charge. So there's a little bit of energy still coming down, and someday it will build up enough where it's almost like it like jump starts the spiritual system, and then he can reconnect, and there'll be healing, and he will have to face everything he did. Yeah. But for now, things on the lower levels, they're just trying to scare you, because it's all they can. It's just low vibration is all they can feed on. So, but let's see how the whole exorcism thing is going to go. Now, when Pluto goes in 20 years, when Pluto goes into Pisces, well, things could get interesting. Oh, that's sweet. Cheryl Clark says, my mom passed away 23 years ago. I saw her face in an orb. Oh, bless. Bless. Oh, I absolutely believe the people who cross over are there. Of course they're there. I have no doubt about that. I'm talking about the whole D word stuff. Oh, Cindy says, I lived in a haunted house for 25 years. One evil ghost and one sweet little girl named Lily. I brought her to my current home. Didn't want her to stay with the evil one. Oh. Valerie Sargent says, my granddaughter sees an orange orb in the house all the time. Well, orbs, what that comes from is, well, the way it was explained, the way this scientific principle was explained to me, which I think is kind of what we're getting with orbs, is if we're living in 3 dimensions. If we were smushed down to 2 dimensions, like on a flat piece of paper, and we could only see one, just 2 dimensions, then a 3D object passing through that two-dimensional area from the perspective of the little two-dimensional being, it would just look like something appears, it gets wide, and then it gets narrow again, because they're just seeing a cross-section. Well, from a 3D perspective, if you have something pass through from a higher dimension, they talked through it, and what they were saying was it would look like an orb appearing and disappearing. And I but they were talking about science, and I was just like, hang on, that sounds like orbs. So, oh, bless Valerie. So, King of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Six of Wands, Queen of Swords, Six of Pentacles. I'm actually not getting that it's a big money maker. That's not the. I don't think that's what is the driving force behind this. I think there's heavy patriarchal energy behind this. And if you can convince people that these forces are actively acting against them at all time and can take them over and all of these things, you can keep people in line. So it becomes a real victory here. So you go to battle and you do get some money, but it feels like the battle is the point. They believe what they're doing. And who knows, it might help some people, but there can be a lot of abuse related, and that's the problem. That's a big problem. But and actually, Eileen, I'm going to save your question for tomorrow because it's really interesting, and I don't want to give it short shrift. So thank you for your patience with me today. I know it's been crazy. It has just been a crazy day. So I will, let's see, it is 1:24 p.m. here in Chicago. Sarah's has another day off. And so at 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. And yeah, just the Creative Sprints. And then tomorrow I'll be right back here because I am here 365 days of the year. Always here, every day. Every holiday, every weekday, weekend, holiday, your birthday, my birthday, I'm here. All right, so hang in there. You're not alone. We are in this together. And my gosh, there are good days ahead. There are. All right, so hang in there, and I will see you right back here tomorrow.